Hey everybody, my 2-minute conviction this week is that feedback should be balanced. I know everybody kind of rolls their eyes at the thought of the good news sandwich, and if you haven't heard it, it's when you give somebody good news, then that constructive criticism in the middle, followed up with some good news to sandwich or bookend it out. And a lot of people think it's an ineffective technique when actually it works more often than it doesn't, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's balanced, and it's an accurate reflection of our relationships with people, and it represents the fact that often nobody is all bad or all good, but in fact there is a mixture of positive and negative attributes in everybody's performance. But for those who don't like the good news sandwich, or who think for any reason it's counterproductive because people can see it coming, then here's a couple of variations on the theme. You could give them the reverse sandwich: bad news, good news, bad news. You could give them some constructive criticism first. You could then soften that with some of the wonderful things they're doing, and then you can reinforce the same or introduce another area of improvement, and you can therefore reverse the sandwich. Often I like to just give people the option: do you want the good news or the bad news first? And therefore I just give them half and half. Here's something I think you're doing really well, here's something I think you could do better. And that just keeps it very candid, very transparent. I'm not trying to be clever with a technique, and a lot of people really respect that. There are so many ways for you to share with people the areas that they're doing well and doing poorly. The key is balance. Make sure you're always acknowledging both sides of the coin if you want to develop those leaders around you. Ultimately, the number one rule I always apply is I ask permission to give people's feedback. In fact, I often say to them, I've made some observations. Would you like to hear where I think you're doing well and where I think you could do better? And if people say yes, and inevitably they do, and they don't like what they hear, then it's not on me, because they've given me permission to share it. And so I just keep encouraging people for candor in our communication, particularly in the workplace where we're often shy and reserved to give people the hard truths. Balance your feedback so that people feel equal amounts of love and appreciation, along with critique and areas for improvement, so that we all get better with time. I hope that 2-minute conviction helps you. Have a great week.